Hello there guys, it's Joey and this is a new spell chest for the store. So this is Corvid of Bones and I am a little bit freaking excited about this set. I love it. I love it. So much so that most of the products, in fact all of the products that are available within this spell chest are either already things that I use or I have some for myself. So the energy of Corvid of Bones is very much about stepping between realms. It embodies the crone energies, particularly for my practice, Bathe, who I consider the crone aspect of the Morrigan, as well as the energies of Corvids and being able to see beyond death and into rebirth and transformation. It has a death card type energy of endings and beginnings. It follows on from the sort of invocation to Bathe, and it works on a multitude of levels. It's a little bit more well-rounded than just the righteous fury, righteous wrath, a sense of justice and an end to situations that need ending. Those energies are within the set and within key parts of the set. It also has an element of the scryer, divination, seeing backwards and seeing forwards. So altering your energy state for divination to prepare yourself for astral travel and things of that nature. It very much spoke to me of the guide into the underworld. And the guide to the underworld would be the hooded crow or the hooded raven with the skull mask, and it being a very serious affair, one of personal responsibility and personal transformation. It can talk about the underworld quest, which is very popular in mythology and tales of legend, but for us the underworld quest is about going down into the dark in order to personally transform ourselves into the light. And I was reading the other day about how people think that you ascend to light when in fact descent is far more likely, that you have to descend into the shadow self and work through all of those difficult energies, those difficult decisions, in order to find a sense of balance. And that is contained within the energy of the set. It's for looking at your shadow self and balancing that within your spiritual path. So I'm going to remove all the little bits and we'll talk about each little bit at a time, but first we're going to talk about this spell chest itself. So we have strafe or blackthorn on the front, and then hopefully you're going to be able to see this. Yeah, we can see that beautifully. Right, so this is a raven skull on the top, which I drew. And considering I drew it, I'm quite proud of it because I can't draw very well. But I was really pleased with this, and apparently I'm perfectly fine at drawing as long as what I'm drawing is skulls, which is a little bit on the weird side. And then we have black obsidian bordering, and two little black obsidians on either side, and if you can see the gold detailing as well. I really love it. All done by me, and I was really freaking proud of it. So undoubtedly there'll be people like it's crap, you crap, fucking area, crap, but whatever. I'm really proud. So Within the set we have one spell oil, one starry-eyed salve, spiritual salve, and 3 powders, although one of them is more of an incense blend. So the first powder is Corvid Wing Barrier Powder. This is, oh, we're going to have to move this, otherwise it's only going to focus on the chest. Hang on. Right, so this okay. This is Corvid Wing Barrier Powder, and it contains wildcrafted English crow feather, as well as complementing barrier powder elements. So you can see right there, that's a little bit of crow feather. And this is very much a protection powder, a barrier powder, a powder in which you can place them. You can place the entire jar, or you can place a little sprinkling, like some people do, around spaces where you feel that you need protection. And it is the outspread of the wings of the Mother Morrigan, the wings of Babe, surrounding her children, allowing no crap through. Very, very strong. There's an energy of balance within it as well, so the barrier powder works really, really well for keeping any funk out, but it also kind of has this energy where it sort of reminds you that it's your responsibility not only to create your personal space and your protective barriers, but also to make sure it's not your funk disrupting you, so it's not coming from within. So it has that sort of draw out energy to it as well. So that's that one. And then we have the Bone Crow Salve, which I like so much, I've made me one. This one is for astral journeying. This one's mine. And if you're on Facebook and you know that I had weird goings on when I made these, I'm keeping the one with the fingerprints in. So if you're not on Facebook, I was making these and they were in the kitchen allowing to set. And I'd done all my work with them, and it's all about stepping between the spirit realms with this salve, spiritual salve beeswax. And all natural ingredients, by the way, there's no synthetic crap in any of this, just for the record. And I left my 2 salves, because I made one for me and one for this set, in the kitchen after I'd done all the imbuing work and the herb work and the oil work and the combining work and chanting work and all the rest of it, and I left them. And when I left them, it was it hadn't set yet, so it's still molten, and no one else was in the kitchen between the point where I left them on the side to cool and when I went to check on them. And when I went to check on them, there was a fingerprint in one of them. And it was weird. So, for the record, I have that one. I will keep the one with the weird fingerprint in it. I actually covered it up with more beeswax because I was like, forgive me, but that's a bit weird. I really shouldn't have, thinking about it. I was like, oh, I should have left it, but you know, it's done, whatever. So the Bone Crow Salve contains essences of things to help you while astral travelling and to help you shift your energy up, to shift between worlds. So there's that. And then there is the Prophecy Blend. Right, this is 3 drops of blood, I'm calling it. And this is the herbal blend that you can burn. And right, so this is, okay, so let's zoom out again. So I've got some for me. This is what it actually looks like. And there's no actual, none of my blood will go in the one that's being sold. Let's make that perfectly clear. But I created this, and obviously what my version has in it is what my version has in it. I work with the Morrigan, so adding drops of blood to things is not unusual in personal working. Not in stuff that's sold, obviously, for obvious reasons. There you go. And the Prophecy blend is something that is really quite potent. I've already worked with it. I've already felt it out. I've already, you know, embraced those energies in my personal working to make sure I'm fully happy with a Prophecy blend. Perfect blend before divination. It's another one of these that utilizes herbs and resins to raise your energy vibration, to shift you into a perspective where you're seeking out the truth and looking for the threads and following the energy of your own blood. And the idea of it is that you're tapping into the innate power within your blood, which ties into ancestry work, ties into who you are in this lifetime, and helps you reach out beyond that to seek answers from the divine. And it's sort of like blood being your imprint. So it's like, hi universe, this is me, this, you know, recognize me. I'm seeking answers, I'm seeking assistance, I'm trying to divine something. So that's how the herbal blend works. It smells gorgeous as well, which helps. It helps. Best burnt on a charcoal disc. If you ask me very nicely on purchase, I'll send you a charcoal disc. 2 more. No, 3 more. So let's do the oil next. Give it a shake. Give it a shake, give it a shake. Again, no synthetic nonsense. All natural ingredients. Right, okay. This is Dark Crow of War Oil. So I already have a Crow of Oil. Crow of War Oil. Where's mine? Oh, it's all the way over there. Never mind then. And the usual Crow of War Oil is a little bit lighter than this. This one is Dark Crow of War Oil, and it is Crow of War Oil ramped up. It's got slightly more power to it. Not that it needed it. It just sort of happened that way. But when I actually sort of sat and thought about it, it sort of made a lot more sense, because if you are engaging with these particular energies, so you're engaging with Bave's energies, you're looking at prophecy and divination, you might be doing spirit work. How you engage with this, that is up to you. You might be looking at karmic retribution, you might be going through a very difficult situation which you need to end, you need it to die, you need it to stop, it's harming you, you need that wrathful justice, and therefore you need a bit more protection, you know, you need that added power, that added smack down to the situation. And therefore, just having a look at the original Crow of War Oil, for God's sake, to see if I'm forgetting anything of my own work, which is not unheard of because my brain is like putty sometimes. I have to remind myself, I swear to God, I'm like an old person in the body of a not so old person. I won't say in the body of a not old person, but I am getting on. Okay, so war, victory, success, battling inner demons, legal victory, driving out evil. So yeah, I've covered all the bases. It's good. My brain works sometimes, occasionally, not really very well. So it's all those energies within the aspect of this set, just to ramp it up a little bit. It's a little bit more difficult to see the feathers. The wildcrafted crow feathers are, of course, in there. There you go. But it's a little bit stronger. Okie dokie. And then we have death shell powder. Now, if you've been with me some time, you know about death shell powder. If you haven't been with me so long, you will not know about death shell powder. Death shell powder is a very limited product I make each year when I have access to fallen, discarded crow shells. We have a green where they nest, and I was super excited the other day when seeing that they were nesting, and and that was about a week and a half ago actually, and I was super excited. So I keep an eye out when I go for my walks that when there are discarded crow shells on the ground, and I create death shell powder with discarded crow shells and other bits and pieces, other ingredients. So death shell is a rebirth powder. It's very, very potent. It's very bathe. It's very much about personal transformation. It's about ripping open the shell and being reborn. It's not a gentle thing. It's end of the line style. It's again this situation where you absolutely must have change. Something must give. Something must change, and it must happen now. And death shell's very much like that. So that's death shell. And then, last but not least, is Thorn of Crow, which will probably be making some different bits and pieces around this energy. Herbal blend, and this combines thorn energies and crow energies. It has a very commanding battle presence. It's really good for both forcing protection when you're in a difficult situation, so especially when a situation has left you feeling numb or low, or your energy's depleted and you're having problems balancing yourself and you need that protection up right now. It's very good for that. It's very good for destruction. It's very good for cutting through obstacles and destroying things that need to be destroyed within your life, given the universal permission of that to be so. But it is very much about taking command of your life and not allowing yourself to be overpowered, not allowing yourself to fall into victim mode mentalities, not allowing yourself to be broken, and embracing the energies of Thorn via Crow and Crone, just to stop that altogether. Right, so we'll take one more sort of shot of it all together. There we go. So that is Corvid of Bone spell set, and that will be available on the store soon. Many blessings.